Время рекламы. Платье. Так, надо рекламу запустить, кстати, точно, да. Запускала ее последний раз миллиард лет назад, кстати. Так. Но все равно ее никто не увидит. Я просто пес чего-то напугался, или не знаю, или замерз. Пошла, надела на него еще одежда. Пообнималась и пошла. Привет, Шаня. Так, продолжаем играть. Я могла бы сидеть на другом стриме, но... Да, я могла бы не постримить, но я решила, что у меня есть возможность и желание, поэтому я буду стримить, а не модерировать. Туда. Господи. Да, позвонили просто. Надо было ответить. Так. Да, это цветочек. Так. Вчера мы научились вот этот запрет нарушать, окей. Так, дальше мы... Теперь мы можем играться с огнем.
There were those voices again. There were those again. Lily could finally put her hand in fires again, as much as she wanted.
Ага.
Which still didn't mean it was a good idea.
Это новое дело, так что... Ну, в принципе, лабу можно делать слегка слушая, что происходит здесь, или посматривая. Ну, хотя в зависимости от того, какая лаба и насколько можно отвлекаться, насколько можно не вникать там. Так.
Lily could
Да, мне нужно придумать, чем мне зажечь вот тут вот свет. Ничего не слышала. Ну смотри, можно, в принципе, сзади болтает. В принципе, можно ставить на фон что-то и делать под это. Домашки, лабы, курсовые, дипломы, работу. Но это в зависимости от того, насколько можно отвлекаться. И насколько не нужно сильно вникать в работу. Хотя я перечислила диплом в этом списке. Но у меня был такой диплом, что можно было не вникать. Ну, значит, там все равно слабый.
The cheerful flower seemed to like Lily. At least it bent forward just a touch when Lily came close.
Мне нужно.
You must not lie.
The funny rabbit with the glowing eyes was sitting indifferently on the chair. Maybe Lily would be allowed to play with him for a while.
Shock.
Так, это все
The
еще по-своему
adults,
тарантулу плачет.
Lily liked Mother Superior much better this way.
Чтобы отвлекалась на лаба. Поняла. Так, надо посмотреть, что
So that was the Dr. Marcel everyone was talking about.
Так. Смотреть
Lily
первую часть.
already had enough
У меня есть
cups.
прохождение. Прям недавно. Что я делаю с людьми? Я заставляю их смотреть хорошие игры и играть в хорошие игры. Ну, не тогда, когда я играю во что-то типа Hatoful Boyfriend. Не играйте, пожалуйста, в эту игру никогда. Лучше посмотреть у кого-нибудь. Ну, или если у вас совсем сильные нервы и достаточно много IQ, чтобы его терять, тогда можно поиграть. Да.
Garrett didn't answer. Now it was up to Lily to find a way to open the secret door. It would turn out to be incredibly useful that she had found a way to remove the block. She could now finally play with
Нечего
fire
терять.
again. Hooray!
Знаешь, хотя не, подожди. Нечего терять, это если пройти Чернавский. Это да. Вот после этого нечего терять будет. Потому что все будет потеряно. Я посмотрела прохождение, то не полное, я в восторге была от этого. Как же я орала, когда смотрела. И это была запись там, несколько месяцев давности. Я почему-то пропустила этот стрим, как я могла. Но это шикарное
Lily had a
произведение. Так.
basic you took
Я не очень понимаю...
The hook was installed so that the hook was only... There were those again.
Подожди. Вот я пытаюсь. Она почему-то
There were
не...
those again.
Я не поняла, почему-то она не
There were
поджигается.
those again. Lily resisted the temptation of obeying them.
Может, нужно... Да, вот я об этом сразу подумала, что нужно бумажку поджечь и ее сюда запихать. Но почему-то...
There seemed to be some kind of
Да.
bracket, but
Сейчас
Lily...
тоже
There had to be a secret passage there somewhere.
Его прямо вообще так незаметно. Да, вот Лили... О! О, факел! Все оказалось еще проще. И, оказывается, оттуда можно было взять факел. Его раньше тут не было, поэтому я не обратила на него внимания.
With the help of a
Гениально.
torch, Lily could finally inspect the mysterious bracket.
Да. Когда сидишь, не
What
обращаешь
a
внимания на
surprise.
некоторые вещи.
It was a torch bracket, but there was
Невероятно.
still no trace of the promised secret passage.
Вот он.
There had to... It was true! A secret passage! Garrett was
Невероятно.
right once again.
Поехали. Герат, зря мы тебя
Lily,
закрыли.
you
Вот.
did it! Perfect! I think you're finally ready to know the truth. Well, where should I start?
Себе
Maybe
расскажи.
I should introduce myself first. My full name is Chief Deputy Garrett Gordon Gardengore. I'm an undercover investigator for the
Okay.
Juvenile Department. I took a position in the convent as a cover to observe Mother Superior. My assignment is to uncover evidence proving her educational methods
Ничего
violate
себе.
youth protection laws. But Dr. Marcel is an even bigger fish to fry. Compared to him, Mother Superior is a saint.
Lily could hardly believe what she was hearing.
Да,
But
голос классный.
now it all made
Вообще голоса классные.
sense. The secret room, the listening devices, and the
Это у пацана
strange
был классный еще
voices
голос.
she kept hearing at night.
Который
It
с нами
was
хорошо
all
обходился.
coming together to form a coherent overall picture.
Before you ask me any questions, let me quickly tell you one more thing about the hypnosis. This Harvey hypnosis is the doctor's devilish invention. He apparently uses this stuffed rabbit to force his will on you. If we want to get out of here, then you're going to have to fight the behavioral rules he's installed inside you. You can also take on the other behavior blocks, just like you did the one
надо
stopping you
потише
from
будет
playing with
это.
fire. But it means you'll have to put yourself back in a trance.
нормально, нормально.
The first challenge will be leaving the school grounds.
Я просто без голоса
Mother
играла, поэтому не
Superior
сильно
has forbidden
настраивала.
you from doing this. And because of the behavior block, you're incapable of being disobedient. The solution is to once again fight the block while you're in a trance. We have to tackle the problem at its source.
Не, так. Сейчас мне нужно... Наверное, игру сделала на 2% тише.
Let me finish. As I said, Dr. Marcel is a much bigger fish. The police has been after him for a while. He's suspected of using illegal therapy methods that rob children of their childhood. And the hypnosis he subjected you to confirms this suspicion.
Полиция.
Call the police? Ha! Lily, I am the police. I can help you and get you to safety.
Как же он смешно разговаривает.
We
вот,
just
трубочкой.
have to get off the school grounds somehow. I think the best way is to follow in your friend Edna's footsteps. But first, I want to answer any questions you have. So? No questions? How disappointing.
Да мы уже все
Oh, well,
спросили.
okay. Let's go to the tree swing.
Он реально так забавно разговаривает. Так, надо еще... Настройка.
You must not lie. You must not lie.
Наверное,
You
вот,
must not
вот
lie.
так. Ну, сам разочарование Герд. Так. Да, я говорю, я просто не особо настраивала. Так, может, клубочек взять?
Actually, the ball of wool should have stayed in the treasure chest for all eternity
Вот еще музыку
as a
хочешь сделать
symbol
тогда.
of friendship. But Lily was running out of options.
Если так, то нужно музыку еще тише делать. И всегда музыку на самом деле делать тихо. Ну так, наверное. Так.
A real treasure chest. It was hard to tell, but Lily was actually speechless. In the meantime, Lily had collected many little treasures, but no treasure was as important to her as her friendship with Edna.
Играющий Лили троллит. Да, есть такая. Так. О, и тизедный.
Hello, Lily. You're not trying to leave the school grounds, are you? You know that Mother Superior has forbidden it. And you do know you must not contradict adults. It's possible to have lots of fun without defying the rules set by adults. We could sort your marbles according to colors. Or come up with a counting rhyme for folding laundry.
No matter how tempting the funny rabbit suggestions were, Lily had to get through the fence and find Edna.
Так, сейчас.
You must not. You must not lie. You must not contradict adults. It wasn't even necessary. There are so many fun things like or playing with balls of wool.
There was that funny rabbit again. On the one hand, Lily was happy about the company. On the other hand, he wouldn't let her leave the school grounds. And Lily didn't see any strings for the hypnosis.
А может,
She
его тут нет на самом
needed a
деле?
better plan.
Он в твоей голове.
What do you have there? Can I see it?
Ага.
Woo! A ball of wool! Yippee! But that's... Woogie!
Уги. Уги.
Woogie!
Уги. Да-да-да. Ох ты, нифига.
With the rabbit's help, Lily had returned into a trance. In the distance, she could see the giant Mother Superior stomping around in front of her cave. And over there, where in reality had been a huge gap in the fence, there was now a cobweb with a giant spider in the center. This had to be the second demon for her to defeat.
Это созвучно с тем, что нельзя произносить на Твиче. На лаке. Так, мы взяли какую-то косточку. Ага, ребро. Я так понимаю, нам нужно будет ему глаза повыкалывать. У меня нет идей. Я не знаю. О, ну или так сделать. Погоди, это еще не значит, что мы не будем ему выкалывать глаза.
Didn't anyone ever tell you that you're not allowed to leave the school
Рок.
grounds? You must not
Рок.
contradict adults.
Точно.
But
Она же
since
говорила.
you're such a good girl, you already know that.
Lily did indeed know this, but Garrett had also told her that she was no longer safe here in the
Нам
convent.
мать
Suddenly,
рассказывала
adult
про... Ну,
rules
не
seemed
нам,
rather
а...
nonsensical to Lily. How could she convince the spider demon that even Mother Superior wasn't always right?
Да-да-да, она хотела себе восьминогого единорога, ей подарили тарантула. Она, короче, ему молотком придолбала рог. И убила. Мы будем делать то же самое.
A giant spider was blocking the path leading down from the mountain. Its eyes were flashing belligerently.
Звали его
Maybe it
Шеги.
wanted to be petted.
Ага,
Lily was curious whether this would have any effect.
тарантула. Восьминогий, потому что паук. А, поэтому? Ну, в принципе, да. О-о-о-о-о.
When Lily saw
Easy.
how Mother Superior took the spider in her arms, her heart melted. Suddenly, Mother Superior no longer seemed so big and grown up. She emerged from her trance with a blissful smile on her lips.
Изейше. Это полегче, чем первое было. Раз в 100. 2 действия буквально нужно было сделать.
Lily had overcome her second behavioral block. She might still only have been able to ignore one rule, but it was better than nothing.
Закорешимся со всеми кроликами, да? Первое, чем взрослым. Ух ты, глава 2. В мастерской школы у нас есть достижение. Убежище Эдны. Угу. Хорошо. Для открытия способности. Ну, в принципе,
It
да.
was already dusk when Lily set off down the convent hill.
You're late. Where have you been all this time?
Запрет нарушала.
Save it. Save it. There's a time for words and a time for action. And there's a third time. The time for sitting at the police station and filling out forms. And that time has come. What now? Ah, don't say anything. You want your girlfriend. What's her name? Oh, Edna, right? I could tell right away that that girl meant overtime. But if she's still alive, I'll probably have to take care of this too. Although I think it's much more likely that Dr. Marcel has already found her and used a wood chipper to turn her into pig feed. If that's the case, I'll find that out too. So don't worry about your little girlfriend anymore. Why do I always have to be so damn compassionate? It's a curse. Oh well. Wait here while I investigate a few things. I'll watch the path to the institution. Maybe I'll learn something that way. If I discover anything, I'll give you a signal. I'll make an owl call. Ooh, ooh, or something like that. You won't miss it. Wait here for me. I'm sure it will only take a few hours.
Блин, ему костюм такой большой.
Lily was immensely relieved that Edna's fate was now in the hands of this exceptionally competent youth investigator. However, she would have liked to have shown him the map with the directions to Edna's hiding place. But Garrett had already disappeared. Lily risked a glance at the map. She could see Moor Lake from here. Edna's hiding place couldn't be that far.
You're not planning on running into the moor after dark, are you?
Наверное. Но вопрос еще,
Don't
сколько
you
лет
know
Лили?
how dangerous that is?
You must not hang around dangerous places.
There are so many other nice places for children to visit. The Agricultural Museum, for example. Or the Job Information Center at the Employment
Мне кажется,
Office.
ей рано еще на вершину
Lily
труда.
was starting to think that the funny
17.
stuffed rabbit wasn't so funny after all. She stubbornly risked another look at the map.
You must not hang around dangerous places.
I'm sorry. I certainly didn't want to startle you. We're friends, after all.
Я
And
понял,
friends
друзья.
don't play pranks on each other.
Ты был другом Эдны. И не совсем ты, а твоя жестокая и менее гипнозная версия. Не, я думаю, ей лет на самом деле 13 тут. Не думаю, что она прям взрослая. Вот которые были ребятки другие, они точно постарше ее. Мне кажется, она самая мелкая в школе была. Ну да, там двоякое было, потому что... на дереве было вырезано сердечки. Обычно так не совсем друзья делают, но... Хотя, в принципе, могут быть и просто друзья. Это, знаешь, такое, как... Не романтическая любовь, а дружественная. Вот. БФФ. Может так рассматриваться. Ну и, кстати, когда говорят girlfriend или boyfriend, это может быть просто как указание на пол этого друга. Дети. Да, ну естественно, что это... Ого, смотрите, как так. Бар. Полиция. Мусорка рядом с полицией.
Lily arrived just in
Как?
time to see the flying topography tool disappear through a grilled window.
Это вообще как сейчас было? Как она... А если Эдна на самом деле? Так. Берем перчик. Не знаю, куда он нам пригодится, ну куда-нибудь, я думаю. Быстрее.
That must be the police car.
Полискар.
The
Oh,
bar
да.
suggested that this was a lion cage.
Лайн Кейдж, окей. А пиццу после? А пиццу можно взять? Нет, пиццу не берет. Пицца в мусорке уже, все. Чего за лекция? Стало неинтересно, где у нас неинтересно, школа фигня, да-да-да. Спасибо. Интересно. Ничего посмотреть? Но целый кусок пиццы кидать в мусорку — это такое себе. Ну хотя, может быть, этот кусок пиццы уронили на какой-нибудь супер-мега грязный пол, и поэтому его уже больше нельзя есть. Полиция. Нифига, как спокойно сюда можно зайти. О, вот наша карта. Мармеладки, флакончик успокоительного. Слушай, это какой-то нервный. I heart. Не знаю, что. Ю, наверное. Лили понравилось бы. Возможно. Эдни понравилось бы, кстати. После того, как она... скунс-коктейльчик выпила.
What? Oh, just a little
Чего ты такой
girl.
нервный?
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? Aren't you worried that the loonies will catch you? Well, you should be, so hurry. Get back to bed. Or did you want to make a
Мне
complaint?
кажется, это им надо жаловаться. Так, жаловаться. Нет, мне пока не на что
Oh,
жаловаться.
thank goodness. I would have really hated it if I'd had to go outside. Ever since
Не бойся.
Dr. Marcel stopped running the asylum properly, this whole area has been overrun with escaped loonies. It's best to just
О,
stay
это
at
наши
home
ребята.
and
Мы
hide
сейчас наших
behind a
друзей
desk.
встретим.
That's the most sensible thing to do. Oh, yes.
Может, еще кого-нибудь новенького? Может быть, тест на алкоголь? Она так вздохнула.
The map lay out of reach.
Понимаете? Ну, там я думаю, явно мы встретим наших старых знакомых. Из первой части. Так. Я думаю, нам надо напиться, чтобы нас посадили в клетку. Осуждаем алкоголизм, особенно детский алкоголизм. Это плохо, но это игра. Теперь ниоткуда не будет.
To
Действительно.
use the machine, you needed small change and a comfortable relationship with salmonella. Flounder to go.
Гамбл
How
с собой.
convenient.
Я не очень уверена, что из таких аппаратов рыбку стоит покупать. Розовая неоновая вывеска, прикольно. Мы еще ее и забрали. Окей. Желтый неоновый маркер.
Lily liked everything that was colorful. Flowers, butterflies, and bruises she got from behaving badly.
Окей, снова. Уведомление. Да, Лили просто берется и ок.
What we have here?
A little
Ну,
girl
на какую девочку еще внимание обращать?
without parents, all alone in the night. How sweet. What brings you into this dark dive where no one can hear you scream? Alcohol. I can't serve children alcohol. I'm missing the recipe for the only alcoholic cocktail on the menu, the Volcano Berserker. Plus, I ran out of the ingredients. So, if you want a drink, you'll have to get me the right ingredients. And then the drinks will be free. Here, the menu.
Ничего себе. Ну просто копилку для пожертвований не сперли. Серьезно, ему вообще настолько пофиг. Да, то, что не прикручено, а то, что прикручено, открутим. Как говорится. Так. Вот так. Без звука, может быть, вернется звук. Ну, в смысле, голос.
Have you got all the ingredients? Then I...
Volcano Berserker. It hits you with a flaming punch. It looks like it's the only alcoholic beverage on the menu. However, the ingredients are missing from the recipe. Lily had also received a box like this after her father had been lost at sea. It probably took the Association for the Relief of Dead Seafarers a long time to collect this. To use the machine, you needed small change and a card.
What? Wait. No! This isn't Aunt Gorgula. My name is Miranya. Miranya the Medium. How many more times do I have to tell you? What? But that's... One moment. Please stay on the line. Sorry, little girl. This could take a moment. It's that bartender Max Mixo again. A real pain in the ass. So dead and yet so talkative. Come to think of it, the spirits are very unsettled today. They're all talking over each other. If only I had earplugs. What was that? Now listen to me, my dear lady. I'm not a greeting cards courier. I'm sure that... Max Mixo, would you please shut up for a moment? Because there are others who... Who? No, I don't know anyone called Priscilla.
Miranya was busy. Lily could completely understand that. She knew how hard it was to ignore spirits, especially those that tried to grab you at night. Lily tried to hear voices in the fire too.
You know what you have to do, Lily. Everything has to burn. Everything.
But there weren't any. At least none that she hadn't heard before.
Huh?
Lily couldn't just conjure the solutions to her problems from thin air.
Coming right up. Oh, by the way, that's a non-alcoholic cocktail, but don't worry, there's enough other illegal substances in it. Keep it, girl. So long as you're supplying the ingredients, the drinks are on the house today. If you want to order anything, just point it out to me on the menu.
Lily had it.
You again? So now...
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, oh boy. This had to happen someday. And who do you want to make a complaint about, if I may ask? You don't mean Dr. Marcel, do you?
Uh-huh.
Shh! Keep it down. The doctor is a very influential man. We all know he's got a few things to answer for. But you still have to be very careful with accusations like that. Unless you have evidence, I really can't help you. Is that? Hey! You can't just take that. That's police property. Oh, now don't look so sad. I don't need it that urgently anyway. You can keep it if you want. What's that supposed to be? An attempted bribe? You do know that's a criminal offense, don't you? Oh, it wasn't meant. I take it all back. Criminal offense isn't so terrible, as long as you start smiling again. Is that? Hey, that's police. Oh, you can.
The wine gums looked tasty. Lily took that as a sign that she wasn't allowed any. Yes, that's a chili, Lily. The path that Garrett had taken led Lily to a small bridge over one of the brackish creeks running off from Moor Lake. Two trustworthy-looking men in white lab coats were working there. Lily wasn't quite sure what to make of them. She also recognized Garrett in the bushes on the other shoreline. Apparently, he didn't want to be seen by the two men. And although the two nocturnal workers had made a friendly impression on Lily, she decided to follow the youth investigator's lead.
And? Have you found anything yet?
Do you have to keep asking that? I'll let you know if I discover something.
I guess you're right. I think Dr. Marcel's madness is starting to rub off on me. Ever since we found this stuffed rabbit by the lake, He's been obsessed. We should be taking care of patients instead of poking around the moor.
And then there's that absurd plan with the hypnosis doll.
Stop already and keep looking. Have you actually found anything yet?
Well,
Lily had heard enough. Apparently, the men in white were Dr. Marcel's minions. It appeared that Edna's concern had been justified. Dr. Marcel really was looking for her. It was now more important than ever to find Edna's hiding place. There was a sign on the feeding trough. Don't feed the saber-toothed boars. Saber-toothed boars are very dangerous. In the event of an encounter, make sure you don't look like a well-behaved convent schoolgirl. Saber-toothed boars are nocturnal, grow up to 6 feet long, and like to lurk in the shadows. They can be frequently found near the territorial herb Artemisia, since they mark their territory on the leaves of this plant. Therefore, avoid areas where this herb grows after dark. The Forest Ranger. Lily would have gladly heeded the warning, but she had no idea how to recognize Artemisia.
Did you hear something?
I don't know. Hopefully not another saber-toothed boar. I'm still out of breath.
Garrett did what he was best at, listening. It appeared that Edna's concern had been justified. Dr. Marcel really was looking for her. It was now more important than ever to find Edna's hiding place. Lily didn't want the attendants to notice her.
You must not hang around dangerous places.
Oh. Hi, little girl.
What do you have there?
Is that...
What? Wait.
No, no, and no again. I don't know your Siamese twin brother, and I'm not going to look for him either. If only I had earplugs.
Miranya was busy.
What? Oh. Hi, little girl.
What do you have there?
Are those earplugs? Fabulous! Thank you. It's exactly what I need right now. No, these are too big. So, hello? Can anyone hear me? Ah, much better. Yes, loud and clear. Who wants to be first? Max Mixo? I could have guessed that. Could you possibly do me another favor? Uh-huh. It's about Max Mixo, the previous bartender at the village bar. He's worried about his legacy, the volcano berserker. He'd always hoped that this drink would make him immortal someday. We both know that his plan failed, but now he literally took the recipe to his grave, and he so wanted to leave it to posterity. It's very simple. The cocktail only has 3 ingredients: wine gum, artemisia, and a chili pepper. Did you get that? Uh-huh. Thank you, Lily. Maybe the great Max Mixo can finally find peace. And me too.
Hello, Lil. You're not going to play with... Of course. You know that
You must.
Just because Lily was able to play with the fire again, it certainly didn't mean she would burn all her things. She preferred to save the option for a better occasion.
I can't drink anything. I'm on duty. And you shouldn't drink neither. For one, you're much too young. For another, I'd hate to lock you up in the drunk tank. I have too much paperwork anyway. What? I still have to do my taxes.
Lily would have liked to have played with the lion, but it wasn't home. The bike tires were properly pumped, just like their owner. There was a sign, don't feed saber and the saber, they can be frequently found near, therefore, the four. Lily would have gladly, but she had no idea how to recognize Artemisia. Lily didn't want...
If you want to order any... A volcano berserker? Have you got all the ingredients? No? Then I can't help you, sweetie.
You again? Do you?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. And who? You don't mean yourself, do you?
Uh-huh.
Ha ha! Please. What terrible things could a little girl like you have done? Children your age can't even be charged with a crime. The only reason to lock up a young kid like you would be to sober you up. But I'm sure a girl who looks as well behaved as you already knows to stay away from alcohol, right?
Uh-huh.
You see? Of course, if you insist, you can take a voluntary alcohol test anyway. The machine is over there, against the wall. But I can't arrest you if you haven't gone and drunk nothing. You again? boy, and who? Not the bartender, right? Oh no. To be honest, I've always had my suspicions about him. I've never seen his alcohol license. And lately, I've been finding piercing rings in my evening beer more often. It's given me reason to think. Plus, I've never been able to solve the mystery of what happened to the previous owner, Max Mixo, who just simply disappeared. On the other hand, he's very strong and big, and he has a violent look in his eye. I think I'll just keep an eye on him for now, which I can easily do from here. You did shut the door behind you, didn't you?
Lily had If the saber-toothed boars had to mark their territory, then they should do it properly.
A volcano berserker coming right up. But be careful, that drink packs a punch. And I'm not talking about punchy colada, if you catch my drift.
But Lily, what's that for? That's not good for little children.
You must not touch alcohol.
And milk is much better for your teeth anyway. Look at my funny chompers. They're cute, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Woo! The ball of wool. Can I see it again?
Uh-huh.
Woogie.
Oogie.
Woogie.
Hey, those are only for players.
I'm a dog.
Lily liked the cold. It reminded her of her bed. Lily wasn't sure if someone as young as her should drink coffee, but there was no behavioral block, so it was probably okay. Incredible. The coffee was so strong that it jarred Lily out of her trance.
But Lily...
Oogie.
Lily it would keep longer than in the sun, but Lily also knew that nothing lasted forever, so why bother? Lily wanted to become a gold digger too when she grew up. Then she'd finally have her own pickaxe.
Howdy, stranger. What's a nice little girl like you doing in a rough place like this? Wait, you're not here for the gold rush too, are you? Well, then you might as well just pack up your bags again. The only gold around here is in my mine, and I'm the only one who knows the way there. Plus, you can't get in there right now anyway.
Where?
Forget it. The way to my mine is top secret. Even I have trouble remembering it. I should actually ride over there again.
Go.
I knew it. You're after my gold. Well, you can just forget it. My gold mine is good and hidden. And even if you found it, you wouldn't get in. The entrance is guarded by a Wendigo.
Lily wasn't interested in the mine, but this Wendigo made her curious. Could he be another manifestation of her behavioral blocks? Perhaps it would be worthwhile to look for the mine after all.
You don't know what a Wendigo is, do you? Well, I don't know much myself. It's some kind of Indian demon that's stopping me from getting into my mine. If you want to know more, you need to ask the shaman. He's knocking around here somewhere.
Sure.
The shaman? No idea. I never met him personally. Sometimes I see his smoke signals on the horizon. That's it. But if anyone can tell you about Wendigos, it's him. Step right up and admire the latest accomplishments in modern medicine. Anti-wrinkle cream with skin-firming materials from outer space. Natural food supplements with amusing motifs from the animal world. Our brand new product, the pill for in-between, for all those who didn't have time before and don't want to wait till afterwards. Step right up, marvel at the sights, and take a free sample of Alcofix, the exclusive miracle treatment with an alcohol base. It tastes 100 proof and works 100 proof. Hello, little lady. Are you interested in a sample bottle of Alcofix, the miracle brandy? You actually look pretty healthy to me, and I'm afraid even Alcofix won't fix that problem with your ears. Do you have any bad pains? Incurable genetic diseases? Tinnitus? Hepatitis? Cervical cancer? Yeah, I'm so sorry for you, but I can't give you a sample of Alcofix like you are now. Come back when you're sick.
The door was firmly locked. Too bad.
Huh? Is that you, little girl? What are you doing in limbo? Don't tell me you're...
must not lie.
Huh? Is that you, little girl? What are you doing in limbo? Don't tell me you're... In this case, I unfortunately have to ask you to get off the line. I have a few seances to finish here.
Somewhere on the horizon, a donut factory seemed to be having problems with its chimney.
Yeah. Right back at you. Tell me, you weren't planning on decaying in the next couple of days, were you? Oh well. No problem, huh? I should be cutting down on carcasses anyway. My dietitian is pulling his hair out. More fresh fruit, he says. Have a salad now and then, I know all that. But what can I do, huh? I just love that rotten stuff. I just have to smell the rotting flesh. And I start suckling. And honestly, out here in the desert, huh? It's hard to maintain a healthy diet. You try and leave something for later, and the bacteria just move right in. You could get the most horrible diseases, huh? Festering boils, oozing eczema. Oh man, all this talk of food has made me hungry. Please, leave me alone with my growling belly.
The door, too bad.
Hey, look, the ugly girl wants to play too.
Then she has to place her bet.
She can't play without a bet. Meow.
The dogs had placed their bets. Now it was Lily's turn.
What's that supposed to be? That's not your bet, is it?
We're playing for real money here.
So either put some dough on the table or take a walk. I like walks.
There was a lot of room for provisions in the saddlebags, so the cash cow wasn't forced to stop at every little milestone. Lily was certain that that wouldn't make for good provisions. The cash cow didn't want to trample or devour Lily. It was simply ignoring her. The door, too bad.
Huh? What are you doing and don't tell me?
As Lily stared into the flames, she suddenly became dizzy. Hi, Lily. Did you enjoy your little excursion?
Uh-huh.
Hello, Lily. You're not going to play with fire, are you? Of course you don't want that. You know that Mother Superior...
You must not play.
Some provisions for the road wouldn't be bad. But mayonnaise goes bad quickly in the sun. I won't be able to use it.
Lily had heard that mayonnaise spoiled quickly in the sun. She would have to use it soon. It made her feel a little nauseous just thinking about it. Lily looked around. Why was there never anyone around to stop you from doing something when you needed it the most?
Ooh.
Step right up and admire the latest accomplishments in modern medicine. Anti-wrinkle cream, natural for all. Step and take a free. It tastes what? Oh, no, don't bother coming any closer. Not unless you've picked up a contagious disease since I last saw you.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any bad pains? Incurable genetic diseases? Tinnitus? Hepatitis? Cervical cancer? Why, hello! What do we have here? You've really caught something very special there. Congratulations! This definitely qualifies you to test a sample of Alcofix, the miracle brandy. To be honest, you almost look overqualified. Your rash is so severe, I'm not sure even Alcofix can heal it. Bravo! You might as well just take the entire bottle.
The color of the bottle reminded Lily of someone.
You must not touch alcohol.
Huh?
Had that bottle just talked? The red chunks in the handkerchief were perhaps a clue that Lily needed medical help.
What's that for? I have a whole mine full of gold. But if I wanted, I could have a dozen of these carved out of ivory. Hey, leave Dolly alone. As long as you keep... But you'd better...
Lily then she...
What's that supposed to be? That's not your bet, is it?
We're
So, I'd like...
Are you completely nuts? You could easily get sick in this cold, which doesn't mean that I'm sick. And I don't need this alcoholic the devil stuff either. Oh, thanks. What's that? Quick, the medicine. So, yum. Finally. Tasty. So nice. So nice.
The genie had broken his own rule. Apparently, it was okay to have a swig or two in certain situations.
What you doing? Oh no!
What's the matter? Is something wrong with your drink? What's the matter? It tastes great. That bubbling in your lungs is, Wagga, wagga, wagga!
The bartender had already punched a huge dent in the table.
Wagga, wagga, wagga! Wagga, wagga!
On the third day, God created blowfish, and no one was there to praise him.
Wagga, wagga!
It didn't look like Lily would probably have to help him a little. The bartender had already punched a huge dent in the table. It didn't look like Lily would...
Wagga, 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 wagga! Wagga!
Huh?
The bartender seemed to be sleeping off a skinful.
What's this? You're as drunk as a skunk. Come on, off to the drunk tank with you. Let this be a lesson to you. Drinking at your age. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
And finally, there it was, the map. Lily was excited. A hamster. So that was the mystery behind the escaping map. Maybe Lily had finally found a new friend. But maybe everything was as before. Lily couldn't just conjure the solution. And finally, there it was, the map. Edna had hidden in this cave by Moor Lake. But wait a second. Lily already knew that. The map was in reality pretty useless, especially when Lily thought about everything she had done to get her hands on it. The getaway car was ready. Lily was on her own once again. Lily didn't have any parents to teach her how to ride a bicycle. She'd have to find out by herself. She was probably very close already. The pizza looked much better from there, just like everything else you couldn't have. Pizza, friends, parents.
What's the matter? You've already had enough of the filtered air? You should have thought of that before reaching for the bottle. Oh, come on. Don't be so sad. That's exactly the kind of behavior that once made me release Edmund the Slasher. You can't even imagine how much trouble I got into for that. It took weeks until little Melanie's parents spoke to me again.
Huh?
Oh, I'm just too soft-hearted. I'll let you go, but you have to promise me never to get into trouble again. Can you do that?
You must not lie. You must not lie.
Yeah. Then I can't let you go. You can say plenty of things about me, but not that I don't learn from my mistakes.
Woo! The ball of wool. Can I see it again?
Uh-huh.
Woogie.
Oogie.
Woogie.
Hi, Lily. Don't tell me you want to get out.
Uh-huh.
I thought so. But you'd hardly be sitting in there if you knew how to behave properly, right? Be quiet. You weren't about to contradict me, were you?
Uh-huh.
Well, I can't object to that. Contradictions are great. Sometimes I start contradicting at breakfast. For example, 3 slices of toast. Yum, delicious toast. But that would be a lie.
And we both know
You must not lie.
lies are evil. What? Of course lying is evil. Wait, I'll show you on this blackboard. Take a close look at this board. It shows some of the basic principles of our legal system. For example, that lying is evil. What do you mean, no? Of course lying is evil.
It can easily be deduced from the 4 top principles.
God is good and true, but the devil is evil and has great wisdom.
God is truth because he is full of wisdom too.
But the devil lies with all of his evil. That's why lies are always evil. You can construct the chain of logic leading to this conclusion yourself. It only takes 3 small steps to get the result.
You can try it yourself.
Yes, that's logical. Yes, that's logical. Well, this might be a proper deduction, but it's not the result I wanted to see. Lies are evil. Next. Yes, that's... Yes, that's logical. Well, this might be a proper deduction, but it's not the result I wanted to see. Next. That. That's. All right. Lies are... What? Lies are good? But that can't be true. Everything seems to fit. But that's...
Apparently, Justicia was wrong. It seemed that lies weren't so bad after all. Lily had removed another block.
Oh, come, I'll let, but can you?
Uh-huh.
So you promise? No more trouble, okay?
Uh-huh.
And you're not fibbing? Okay, then. I guess I'll just have to believe you, then. Welcome to freedom. Let this be a lesson to you.
Uh-huh.
As long as it's still dark outside, you should really stay indoors. It's much too dangerous out there at night.
Huh?
It's best to just stay at home.
heard
You must not.
there are so many at a Rolf Harris concert.
What?
Oogie.
Woogie.
Lily didn't know what had gotten the Justitia demon so agitated. It all seemed very logical to her.
Huh? Is that you, little girl? What are you doing in limbo? Don't. Hee! Uh-huh. Oh, dear. You poor little thing. I hope you remember to get someone to put coins for the ferryman on your eyes. That's just terrible. It's hard to pass through limbo without any pocket change. And unfortunately, there's only one way to bring worldly goods into the spirit realm, or with you in a trance state. You place them on the eyes.
These coins came from the collection box for dead seafarers. It wasn't enough to buy a new box, but it was the thought that counted.
But Lily, where are you going? You heard that it's dangerous out there.
You must not hang around dangerous places.
There are so many other nice places for children to visit. Or
Lily would have liked, but unfortunately, this rabbit wasn't. Lily couldn't care less.
What's that, Anna? You do? Oh, it wasn't meant to upset. I take it all back. Criminal offense isn't so terrible, as long as you start smiling again.
Woogie.
Oogie.
What?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past. I'm here to help you become a better person.
Huh?
It was a joke. I'm just dead, trapped in limbo. But it's kind of fun in here. You can appear in ghost pictures, scare emos in the cemetery, but still, I wish I had some money on me for the ferryman, but I had to donate all my savings to the Association for the Relief of Dead Seafarers.
Kobo?
What do you mean, collection box?
Lily put the money on the bartender's eyes. Since he was sleeping, she only left him a small tip. The bartender seemed to be sleeping off a skinful.
where are you? There is at us or.
Well, if it isn't the little girl from the bar. Look what I've got here. Someone put money on the eyes of my mortal remains. It's more than enough to pay the ferryman. Go ahead, take the rest. I'm not sticking around. Maybe I'll crawl out of 1 or 2 more TV screens, but then it's off to eternity for me. It's more than enough. Go ahead.
Ah, Madame is making her move.
I guess that means she wants to play.
Wag, wag. What are you waiting for? I wag my tail, but I'm happy. Come on now. Because I'm a dog.
Join us.
5 seconds later.
Oh boy, you're by far the most miserable poker player I've ever seen.
You didn't even smoke your cigar.
Don't forget to take it. I have fleas.
Lily had lost everything. Money, parents.
What's that for? I have a whole mine full of gold. But if I wanted, I could have a dozen of these carved out of ivory.
Somewhere on the horizon.
What's that? Ugh. What's that? Is that the rotting meat I can smell? Ugh. Then the brush of your teeth, huh?
Just because Lily was able to play with the sheep or
Bird?
Lily interpreted the strange smoke signals to mean that the shaman was looking for a totem pole. As nice as she was, she decided to help him with it. The shaman had finally arrived at the totem pole. Lily was looking forward to visiting him. Finally, she would meet the mysterious medicine man.
Mom, AFK, RE.
Oui.
Auto-completion. Did you mean Wendigo?
Uh-huh.
Wait. Got it. Wigwampedia entry. Wendigo. The Wendigo. Omnivore. Also Wendigo, plural Wendigos. Demon from Anishinaabe mythology. Wendigos are considered to be especially stubborn and inflexible. FYI. They stink horrendously. LOL. Auto-completion. Did you mean smoke signal?
Uh-huh.
Ruffle, those aren't real smoke signals. My router just ran a little hot in this prairie heat. Now you probably want to know what kind of server I'm running, right?
Uh-uh.
It's Apache. Auto-completion. Did you mean weapon against Wendigos?
Uh-huh.
W8, just getting it on TP Bay. Print order confirmation. Yes, no, cancel.
Uh-huh.
Print. Here, apparently, there is only one effective method to combat Wendigos. Give this recipe to the quack doctor. He should have received the order. I hacked his Wi-Fi, and while you're at it, I ordered something on Appalachia Zone. It's, not really for me. I clicked on a pop-up by accident, but seeing as you're going there anyway, can you pick it up for me? Thanks. Mom, RE. Ah, a prescription. Wonderful. Now, let's see. Aha. Oh, yes. I received this order here, and while you're at it, I have a delivery for the shaman here. Would you mind taking it to him?
There was a can in the package. Lily was excited. Hair removal cream.
Step up. Oh, sorry, even if all I have left is ore.
Lily secretly put the junk food into the saddlebag. It was going to be a surprise.
Howdy again. You're here to bug me about my mine again. Forget it. My gold mine is good and hidden. I should actually ride over there again. I didn't order that. There has to be a mistake. I don't need it. If you don't move, you won't sweat. Mom, RE.
Oui.
Auto Wendigo, Demon Wendigo, FY.
The vultures were circling above a particular spot on the horizon. That was probably where the gold digger's mine was located.
Here she is, our demon killer.
Huh?
Did I surprise you? I know what you've done to my brethren. But you won't succeed with me. I'm always on guard. And you should be too. Do you see the mine back there?
Uh-huh.
I know why I stay away from it. It's about to collapse, and the suspended bridge is wobbly. And it's as dark as a buffalo's butt. Who knows what dangers lurk there? So I'd rather stay out here, in the sun, where it's safe. Nothing and no one can budge me from here. Nor, for my opinion, dangerous locations are no place for little children. No matter what you say.
The shaman was right. The Wendigo was really a stubborn fellow, and he stank so much that the thought of a buffalo's butt was a welcome relief.
Are you crazy? Stop that. Those spray cans contain tons of CFCs. If that stuff gets into the atmosphere, we'll have an ozone hole here in no time. You don't want a hole in the ozone layer, do you?
Uh-uh.
You see? If that's suntan lotion, no thanks. I have my own. Dialux Protect Sensitive. With sun protection factor 3000.
It was so hot that the air smelled of ozone. But even back here, the fragrances of summer couldn't compete with the Wendigo's stench. Lily decided to do something about it.
Oh, the sky looks strange. It could be an ozone hole approaching. That's not good. Where's my suntan lotion? There it is. I better leave it outside. Safe is safe. Uh-oh, it's starting. Quick, apply the lotion. What a drag.
The sun had badly damaged the Wendigo. Apparently, nowhere was safe. That meant it was inevitable to spend time in dangerous places. At long last, Lily had reached her destination. She had faced 1,000 dangers, and finally, she now stood in Edna's hiding place. There was just one catch. Edna was gone. That was a bad sign. Edna never went anywhere without her owl whistle. Edna had left a message. Hopefully, she was all right.
Lily, help! I'm being devoured alive by a giant tentacled creature. Ah! Ah! Dun 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 dun. Just kidding. I'm fine. I was just watching the bridge down by the river through my telescope. Dr. Marcel's minions seem to be planning something. I'll check it out up close. If I don't return, you have to get help. But don't worry. I'll be careful. Where are my kettle drum and my strobe flashlight? Dang. Well, see you soon. Toodaloo.
Lily was relieved by the letter. But what if Dr. Marcel's men had caught her friend? Lily had to get to the bridge and look for Edna. She would find Garrett there too.
This damn piece of junk, can you believe it? We finally found the girl, and now the car won't start.
Should I perhaps push?
This car should have been inspected months ago, but ever since the accident, the doctor has let everything go downhill. It's a shame.
So, it was true. The attendants had already found Edna. Why wasn't Garrett doing anything? Lily somehow had to get his attention. That was a bad sign. Edna... It was hopeless. Lily would never catch Garrett's attention while the owl kept interfering. The owl didn't seem interested. It was probably busy doing important owl things. It was... Lily would never catch... An owl had made itself comfortable in the tree. Lily didn't want Lily couldn't leave. She had. There was a sign on the "Don't saber-tooth." In the event saber-tooth, they can be there for the forest. Lily was able to finally give Garrett the signal without being interrupted. Lily was able to finally give Garrett the signal without being interrupted. Garrett didn't seem to hear Lily's owl call at all. She tried once more, this time a little louder.
Did you hear that too?
Someone's out there. Just wait. We'll take care of it. Well, who do we have here? But that's... Uh-oh.
The Phantom!
Lily thoughtfully watched the fleeing attendants for a long while. She was used to having bizarre phantoms appear behind her without warning, but the way Dr. Marcel's minions had reacted surprised her. Usually, adults just ignored these creatures.
Lily! Oh, thank goodness. I thought they'd caught you. Unfortunately, Edna wasn't as lucky. I saw how she was snatched and taken back to the institution. This gives us all the evidence we need. I will contact the task force leaders right away. It's best if you stay put until I come back with reinforcements. However, it could take some time, and I can't guarantee that Edna will still be alive when we finally get the green light. If we're lucky, Dr. Marcel will torture her for a while before finally dissecting her or whatever else it is he intends to do with her. That would give us some time. She'll probably have to part with a few toes or fingers. Oh well, that's the way it goes. In any case, you wait here. I'll come and pick you up from exactly this spot tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, at the latest. Although the day after tomorrow is a holiday. But oh well, you'll see. Just wait here.
Lily would have really liked to follow Garrett's instructions, but, well, there were excellent reasons for doing what she did instead. The institution's post-Victorian masonry work had a friendly air about it. It was almost as if the architect had tried to spell out, "Welcome," with bricks and barbed wire. This unspoken invitation found its culmination in a nearly overgrown back door, and Lily intended to graciously accept it. The door was firmly locked. Exhausting the limits of her powers of deduction, Lily tried opening the back door with the key. But just as she approached the obstacle, she heard a familiar cackling.
What a little scoundrel!
The sneaky hamster had once again crossed Lily's plans. But despite this, Lily had no intentions of exacting a bloody revenge. Lily was glad. It was so rare that her friends got along so well with each other. Of course, this was also because she hardly had any friends. Much more important, however, was that the asylum key was no longer out of reach. It had fallen into one of the dark bushes. The key had fallen into the bush. It was very dark in there, but Lily wasn't afraid. After all, it was just a bush. Yeah. Why did the child have to be so careless all the time?
Well, who do we have here? A little girl. Just stay where you are, okay? Hey, stop! Just stay where you are, okay?
Hey, come back!
Give up! You can't get away! Especially not against the current.
Hey, come back! Hey, come back!
You can't hide out on the water forever. You'll have to come ashore sometime, and then I'll get you.
Hey, come back!
Stop, I said!
Hey, come back!
Give up! You can't... Especially...
Hey, come back!
Triumphantly, Lily climbed the ladder. She had finally found a way to get into the institution.
Not so fast!
Although not a moment too soon as the ladder crashed down behind her, dragging the phantom into the pit with it.
No!
Fortified by the energy smarty, Lily was able to pull herself up on the ledge. Now her search for Edna could continue. Something was missing here. It was hopeless. It was...
Hey, That's my fireplace. You shouldn't be here unless you want to bring presents or sweep the chimney. Not that the soot is bothering me. That was the old Mr. Frog. The new Mr. Frog is enjoying the dirt. Ah, dirt. You see? That's Mr. Frog to you. And in case you're wondering what a piece of clothing like me is doing inside a fireplace, I'm acquiring soot. That's right. I used to be very fastidious about staying clean. But then this impertinent person came along and dared to spill something on me. The stains never came out. My clothing is black and greasy. My socks haven't been ironed. And I even have fleas. Karen and Bertram. I'd introduce them to you, but they're sleeping right now. I'm living in a sooty chimney. So what? I used to be very fastidious about staying clean. Now, I don't care anymore. You're now speaking with the dark Mr. Frog, who eats his gummy bears without a napkin. Yes, I know that it's dirty here. So what? I love the cobwebs, the dust, and that rotting substance in the corner. I just finished combing it. I wouldn't dust here even if you put a feather duster right in my hand. You don't have a feather duster, do you? Stop. I don't want to know. You don't need to mumble like that. Ever since Dr. Marcel's accident, we can make as much noise here as we want. He's no longer interested in what's going on inside the asylum. All of his attention is focused on finding Edna. Somehow you remind me of a patient we used to have here. She was a little taller than you, and I think I remember 2 red horns and a tail.
Who was afraid of the boogeyman? Right. Not Lily. Moths fluttered around the dim light of the lamp. They were apparently searching for food. It was hopeless. The man in the bee costume couldn't hear Lily from there. Lily had never seen such an unhappy man in a bee costume before, but she also hadn't really traveled much. Something was... The lamp was glowing red.
Hey, you For the last time, I don't need a feather duster. The new Mr. Frog is enjoying the dirt. And I just cleaned the cobwebs yesterday, too. For the new... And I just... What do you have? A feather duster? Not that I would want to have a feather duster. Oh, no. You're now speaking... I'm not...
The idea was good, but Lily's arms were too short. The idea... Lily's balloon... She took it as a... The idea was good, but Lily's arms were too short. The idea was good.
What do you have there? A feather duster? You're now... I'm not...
The idea was good. Were there other Belgian pizza delivery services in the area? Lily had had to use a feather duster in the convent on more than one occasion, and sometimes she secretly tried it. The idea Lily's belongings slowly began to gather dust. She took it as a sign that it was time to do something. Lily's belongings she took... It didn't have to. Lily thought the idea was good. The idea was good, but Lily's arms were too short. The idea Lily had inadvertently broken off the leg of the chair. It was as pointy as a knife. Hopefully the funny little rabbit hadn't seen anything.
But Lily, what are you doing there? Don't you remember?
You must not use sharp objects.
Just don't touch it, okay? See you around. But water, don't you?
You must not.
Just don't. See you around.
What do you have there? A feather duster? Not that I would want to have a feather duster. Oh, no. No matter how pretty they look. Which doesn't mean that I can't hold it for a second. Just one little second. That would be completely harmless. Don't you think? Give it to me now. Ah, what a relief. And just look. I even found my old spare sheets. Here, go ahead and take it. You've earned it.
The idea was good. It was. It.
But water, don't you?
You must.
Just see you.
Huh?
Surprised to see me again? Yes, keep kicking. You won't escape me again. And now hold still until I've decided what to do with you.
Lily considered this option, but instead did the following.
You must not use sharp objects. Woogie!
Oogie.
Woogie!
Lily didn't want to appear greedy. One feather would be enough, just like a Christmas dinner at the convent.
What's going on, brave warrioress? Too weak? Stop that! That's right. Run away. I'll get you next time. Stop that! What's going on too? Well, you're very brave to come so close to me. Can't you see my teeth, my spikes, and my sharp claws? Didn't anyone ever tell you to stay away from sharp objects? That would be a tragic error. What's going to? Stop that! What's to?
One feather, just like a...
Stop that! the pain! You dang brat! Look what you did! Don't just stand there! Do something! Help me! Thanks. That was close. Uh-oh.
This demon had also made a mistake. It seemed that in certain situations, it really was necessary to handle sharp objects. Lily returned victoriously to reality.
My eye! Damn you, you disobedient brat! Damn!
Lily fought for air. The phantom's grip was tight around her throat. Disobedient, it had said. In the convent school rules, there was an extra passage stating that Lily had to maintain a minimum distance of 150 feet to the laundry room. You're probably slowly beginning to understand why. It seemed the laundry there was neatly sorted and washed according to differently colored urinals. Lily thought that you can take cleanliness a bit too far sometimes.
Viddy 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 whoosh! Welcome to the laundrette. That was your cue to say, this is supposed to be a laundrette, and I'll answer, of course! Oh, admittedly, it's a little rustic, but necessity is the mother of invention. Mother knows best, and now we're doing our laundry in the urinals. Too wishy-washy for you? What other choice do we have? Exactly none. You don't have to, you know. Just make sure that the fabrics are separated properly. The toilet sanitizers really stink. We'll do the red laundry in the urinal with the red toilet sanitizer. Yellow laundry in the urinal with the yellow toilet sanitizer. Blue laundry in the urinal with the blue toilet sanitizer. And green laundry in the urinal with the green toilet sanitizer. If you want to try it, just show me some clothing with the right color. Then you can use the matching urinal as often as you want. You can keep that if you want. One hand washes the other.
Perhaps Mother Superior had been right to throw Lily out of home ec class. Lily just didn't know how to use needles properly. The door was firmly locked. The door... The... Dr. Marcel would surely be pleased. With the help of his credit card, Lily made some confetti.
Hello, stranger. Before you say anything, Please take a deep breath. And is that what freedom smells like? Or is it just regular air consisting of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, soot from the asylum's new chimney, and a touch of diesel oil from the garage? I don't want to seem melodramatic, but I'm somewhat skeptical about this so-called freedom. Ever since Dr. Marcel started neglecting his duties as head of this asylum, it's us, the patients, that carry the burden of creating our own boundaries. And before I'm able to measure up to this freedom, I do have to ask myself a few things. Maybe there are such things as good boundaries. And even in an ideal case, can I really decide where my own freedom starts and stops? It so happens that no one is preventing me from leaving the asylum. Does that mean I'm free? Can I just fly away, spread my wings, and leap from the asylum roof? The urge is there. Just like any bee, I long to buzz across fields of flowers collecting honey. But I'm still fighting it. Something about this freedom stinks.
My goodness, who do we have here then?
Another player!
Yippee.
Don't pay any attention to him. Peter just sees black all the time.
He was born that way.
That's true. Peter suffers from color blindness.
Struggle Jug. Well said, loyal friend. We all have our crosses to bear.
Oh, yeah? Do you all wake up every morning knowing that one day you'll lie dead at the foot of a traffic light?
Not exactly. But Druggle Jug, for instance, mixes up his blues and greens.
You can't really compare the two.
Your girlfriend Petra mixes up her yellows and greens.
She's not my girlfriend.
And we, King Adrian, mix up our reds and yellows.
You should have been there when we played the board game. Sorry, Peter almost choked to death.
I wanted to end my misery.
Afterwards, we decided never to play a board game again. Only fantasy role-playing games instead.
You decided that.
And what did we just say?
It's so exciting! We're a group of adventurers in the legendary world of Hoth Motigor. Oh, please, why don't you join us?
Druggle Jug? Not so fast. If the fair maiden wishes to join us in battle, she must first prove herself worthy. She must complete a task that puts her heroic valor to the test.
Just tell her to order a pizza already, so we can get on with it.
So be it. She shall order us pizza.
I want broccoli on the pizza, but no tomatoes, please.
Druggle Jug?
Oh, no broccoli.
Druggle Jug?
Bananas aren't bad either, but I could just die for broccoli.
Oh, yes. Please do. For that, I'd even happily have bananas on a pizza.
You only eat blueberries anyway.
Yes. I like blueberries, but in this life, you never get what you want anyway.
Upon the order of the king, blueberries will be banned from the pizza. Instead, knowest that tomatoes will grace the pizza dough from now on.
But I don't like tomatoes.
Lily had heard enough. It seemed impossible to get a pizza that everyone liked.
You...
Druggle Jug. Yeah, you heard him. Bringest thou the pizza first? Then thou may join us in play.
It's really easy. All you need are dice, pencils, paper.
And don't forget to bring a tendency for humiliating yourself.
Druggle Jug.
Struggle Jug.
Don't, Droggy. You have to forgive him. He's colorblind, as we all are. Peter mixes up his reds and his greens. Adrian mixes up his reds and his yellows. Droggy mixes up his greens and his blues. And I mix up my yellows and my greens. Funny, isn't it? You're probably wondering why Droggy has a green pillow on his head, right?
Struggle Jug? My goodness, she's right. What on earth are you wearing? You're embarrassing me in front of my new subject.
Struggle Jug.
Yes, it is a little strange.
Wait until you've heard the explanation.
Today should have been Blue Pillow Day.
Struggle Jug.
Struggle Jug, I believe our guest is searching for the tyrant known as Dr. Marcel. Deliver her thy news.
Struggle Jug. Struggle Jug. Struggle Jug. Struggle Jug.
Don't forget to mention the helicopter.
Struggle Jug.
And was never seen again. Bravo! Well told, loyal friend. Since then, these lands have returned to the wise rule of a magnanimous king.
We can do whatever we want.
Does that mean I can finally sleep now?
No!
Hello, you know.
Lily wondered why the man looked so sad. He had such awesome friends.
How nice.
Struggle.
Too bad.
Come hither.
Welcome to Spermie's Pizza Service. My name is Pokey. Can I take your order? One on the asylum, is that right? I assume that we just shove it under the gate as usual. What toppings? Hello? Hello? Can I take your order? One with nothing coming up. Consider it done. It'll be about 30 to 45 minutes. Have a nice day.
Red tomatoes. Blue blueberries. Green broccoli. Yellow bananas. The narrator was slowly the truth of the yellow, red, green broccoli, blue. Green broccoli. Red tomatoes. Yellow bananas. Red tomatoes. Green broccoli.
You must not. You must not use.
What do you have there? Let me see. Aha, that's just great. Bravo.
Green broccoli.
A laundry room is kind of like a kitchen. It just has bigger pots.
That was already green enough. That was our... Lily had never made it, but that didn't sound...
What do you have there? That's bravo.
Yellow bananas, red tomatoes, green broccoli, blue blueberries. Yellow bananas, red tomatoes, green broccoli, blue blueberries.